Okay, we are live on YouTube as well. Hey, Kez, good morning. How are you?
Good morning. Good morning.
You sound really happy. How was it? Your time with your husband? Good?
Of course, we
Amazing.
still have him in a few more days.
Amazing, 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 amazing. Is he going to be joining us today?
Maybe not today,
Okay.
but will be.
Okay, we're looking forward to that, Kez. I'm looking forward to that for sure. So, how was your weekend overall? Good?
Yes, it was really good. Really good. We had all the grandkids, of course.
Amazing, amazing, amazing. Great stuff. Well, we're back to Monday now. Honestly, this week should be really clean. The only day that we do have is I think Friday. Friday is like bank holiday, and other than that, we just go clean price action throughout the whole week. Yeah, obviously 24th we got bank holiday. Other than that, it's just clean week, and then the week after should be quite clean as well. So we actually don't have USD bank holiday on a Monday. So again, we're gonna see more volatility. We're gonna see some volatility on a Tuesday as well. Again, just clean weeks, honestly. Again, Friday there is no USD bank holiday, so we should be good to go, to be honest. Shouldn't really see a lot of like consolidation in gold. Price action should be a little bit slow compared to normal, but I still do expect some sort of clean moves every single day on the intraday range, so that's great. How's everyone doing on the YouTube live stream? How are you guys? Good morning, good afternoon. What's happening, Samita? What's happening, Ayub? What's happening around the world? What's happening, Cyber? Hello, how are you? I'm good. I'm good. Guys, what's your names, by the way? I can start calling you guys by your names. Around the world, Cyber. But I hope everyone had a great weekend. We're back to the markets now. Time to put that work in once again. Time to be the most disciplined self. You want to be the best version of yourself now once again. And that's it, guys. I'm going to put some work in. Hopefully smash it this week. We go till Friday. We're not going to be trading Friday because it's a bank holiday. No point of trading Friday. So I do have that challenge account going on as well. I'm up about 4.7% on it, so I just need to make another couple percent, and then we should be able to pass the phase one as well. So my goal is to finish that during this week as well. So let's just see how it goes. We're gonna obviously be really disciplined to stick to that one trade a day, and we should be able to smash it because we are so precise with our entries. Our price action concepts are so advanced that we can definitely just like aim for 1 to 2 trades a day and come out in profits every single day. Obviously you will have those days when you do occur losses, and then on those days you just have to manage your losses and obviously just call it a day. But still have another half an hour left, half an hour left before our session opens, so we still have plenty of time. So we're going to do our breakdown and our analysis. Just want to give people another like 5 minutes to tune in. Okay, Stefano, Ahmed, how are you? Can you reshare your Discord's link because all of your links are expired? So guys, I'm actually not on Discord, but I'll make a Telegram this week. Actually, and then I'll let you guys join the Telegram. Omir, hey bro, are you currently still doing the 200k FTMO challenge? No guys, the 200k account now is waiting for Feb. We're gonna start trading the 200k account from Feb. Right now we're trading this my Forex Funds 100k account because 200k account is really big to be trading during this month. I don't want to lose the capital on there, so we're trading this account at the moment. I can show you guys the balance. This is a challenge account, by the way, so you guys can see the balance at the moment is almost 1.5k basically. No, 1.5k, almost 5k basically. $105,000 basically, 105,000. So we need to get this up to like 8,000. So we got another like couple percentage to go. To be precise, another like obviously 3.4%, and then after that we'll pass the phase one, and then we'll be going for phase two. Hopefully I expect to pass the phase two in a week or two as well. Should be quite easy. MRHBA, bro. Marhaba. Oh, is that your name? Nice one, bro. But yeah, guys, I'm kind of trying to wake up right now as well. Honestly, I slept too much. I'm not gonna lie to you. Usually I sleep early and I wake up early, but I don't know where it was. Honestly, I think it's the weather. It's the weather. It's just put me to sleep. like I kept on hitting the snooze button, so I'm trying to wake up as well, to be honest. I've been up for a long time as well, but you know what, you just feel so like tired. I'm feeling that today. So yeah, anyway, let's start our breakdown now. This is 5 minutes into our session now. Pretty much everyone should be here, so let's look at the weekly time frame again. We do understand that why we made this high, right? We've been trying to break out of this consolidation for the longest time, and guys, we have finally done it. We kind of like broke out of this consolidation, and then we came to the highs of the range. So you guys gotta understand also, in order for us to actually like kind of like make this whole consolidation invalid, we have to break out of this. Why did we push up so much though? Because of the liquidity that we generated. As you guys can see, we pushed all the way down to 52, was it 51? Yeah, basically around 52 we pushed down. If we want to be precise, it was about 52, 53, and then from there, grabbing all of this liquidity, we started to push all the way back up. And we do understand the bigger picture as well, especially if you have done a one-to-one session with me, you do understand the bigger picture, why we are in an uptrend. We haven't violated the structural laws. This is literally just a liquidity grab. So now looking to the structure, now what we are doing is we're starting to reject the same sort of range once again, because we are in December, right? So again, even if we do want to break out of this, we need something which is really high volatile. So looking at this whole week, I don't think we have anything really high volatile. So we do have okay, tomorrow is clean. Again, we have this, it's not really a red folder, it's an orange folder. We do have core PCE. We do have this though. This is going to be our session on Thursday. So maybe on Thursday we can do something. But again, realistically, in order for us to kind of like break out of this range, we need to start trading above this resistance that we do have, this consolidation. Then Thursday we can probably get that push to the top side. And as soon as we start breaking above here, then the sky's the limit. Honestly, the sky's the limit after this. You got a lot of orders up here. You can start pushing up really easily. This could be your first target if we start breaking out of the range, the top side of the range. We start to violate this, we can most definitely see 1834. From there, obviously we can see what sort of reactions we get. So now we got to see what sort of reactions we are getting in the current market. So obviously we're starting to form some sort of double top here. As you guys can also see that this low, this high over here is respecting this high. So this is kind of like, you know, your lower high, you're forming lower lows and lower highs. If you go down to the 4 hour time frame as well, you can see the bigger picture starting to reject. So at this point, you guys can see this is your first rejection now. This became your support. At this point, we're starting to break below these lows once again now. But the current 4 hour candle does not have an upper wick. We do not have an upper wick, so potentially can be forming the upper wick now, retesting this resistance level to start pushing down. Look at this whole move to the top side as well. It was quite explosive. And we do understand, in order for price action to be sustainable, it needs to correct this imbalance in the markets, right? So maybe today we can see the correction, because last time I think we were down here when we were expecting that correction. So, you know, it had to come up to retest that key zone to collect some more orders, and now it can potentially start that correction. So I'm definitely going to mark this area out as well. That's for sure. Let's go back to daily time frame now. How much has the daily candle moved altogether? It's only moved about 97 pips as well. We do understand average gold can push up about 200 pips in one direction. Where are we starting to reject from? So we're going to start marking the lows of the daily candle as well. So looking to the left, okay? We do see that there are a lot of orders down here, Look at that. Resistance level. So again, this area here, holding as a strong support. This is also your intraday time frame, guys. Intraday range. This is your intraday range over here. You guys can see the top side of the range, and then this basically becomes the lows of the range as well. This becomes the downside. So we do understand that this becomes your intraday range, and we are trading within this range now. So in order for us to obviously start trading below this range, we need to start clearing this area, which is our current daily lows now. Anyway, looking at the 4 hour once again, this is where we're starting to see rejections now. So now, honestly, we start trading below 1794. At that point, you can safely say that now, you know, the correction is expected. We can start to see correction, but because again, we're reacting to the market, we are just building that probability to give us that edge. So in order for us to have edge now, we've seen that obviously we've had one reaction over here. Now this is our first rejection. Now maybe if we go down to the 30 minutes, we can see more information. Look at that. So we've built a support down here now. And where is the next level that we do have? Look at that. So the next level is actually all the way up here. So unless we start violating these highs, technically we are still forming lower lows and low highs. So at this point, look, you've had your first reaction now. If we start testing this for the second time, because look at this bullish candle as well, just faking out everything to the left. So we do understand that there are a lot of buy orders down here. So this is the area which does hold as a buying area. There is a lot of, you know, buying momentum kicks in from this area. So now you really do want to see how price starts to trade around this level. If we start to see some sort of buying momentum starting to exhaust over here, and then you see more selling momentum starting to kick in, we're looking to really see how 1794 holds. Because honestly, we start turning this area into some sort of resistance at that point. Again, look at the drop we can get. You literally have this clean area here, clean traffic. Look at this retest of this level here. Let me just show you guys this again. When price was pushing up to the top side as well, we had our reaction around this level. So again, just these are little clues that we do need to look for. Look, price was pushing up. This is where you had that reaction, came all the way down to retest this, and then from there we started to push up. So again, we start breaking below this, we do have this clean range, and you know, from here maybe we can expect some sort of reaction. So again, the reaction should not be so strong that it starts trading above 1794. You want to see this area here being held as a resistance. From this, sales can really start to play out. Otherwise, we start forming higher highs, higher lows above this. At that point, I can also see us coming up to the daily highs to potentially start forming higher highs and higher lows, because you guys gotta understand one thing: we are in a massive uptrend now. So trend is your best friend basically. Well, again, we do understand that price action is actually not that simple, that you just, you know, obviously understand that. We do understand that we're in an uptrend, but again, you gotta understand how price action really moves. It's got to be sustainable in order for it to now start forming higher highs and higher lows. At this point, look, we've formed a high on the daily range, and now at this point some sort of pullback is expected. Even if we were to look for a 50% retracement, it will be all the way down to this resistance level over here. Maybe from here collect some sort of significant amount of orders and get something like this. Look at this rocket ship of a candle. It actually started all the way from down here. So look at this now. See this candle here? First retest, second retest, and then from there came all the way to the top side of the range. And at this point, we have actually achieved the top side of the range as well. So now two things can happen. Either we're going to start breaking the top side of the range, or we're going to obviously start to retrace all the way back down to the consolidation that we were in. And that's probably the most likely scenario if we do start playing below 1794. That's what I'm expecting, to be honest. How's everyone doing though? Guys, I don't know what language that is in the YouTube live stream. I don't speak it. I don't speak that language. Sorry, bro. I was talking with Ayub in Arabic. Ah, it's Arabic. Yeah, guys, I don't speak Arabic, unfortunately. That's what I was thinking. That sounds like some foreign language. Either that or I'm just too sleepy today. Yeah, I don't speak Arabic, unfortunately. Guys, I can read Arabic, but I don't speak it. But I can read Arabic though. That's a fun fact. Okay then, again, look at this now. Look at the daily candle. The best thing about the daily candle is that we have highs as well as lows. So we are kind of within that mid-range at the moment. So from here now, we can easily either take it all the way back up or take it all the way down. And if you guys look to the left as well, right? Look what happens when we usually tap this area. What sort of reactions do we usually get? If we literally look at the lows. So okay, look at this now. We have a double bomb down here. So it's 2 times we've actually retested this level. So we usually end up closing all the way up here. This kind of becomes our range. Every time we retest this level here, this kind of becomes our range. Look at that. We have a resistance up here as well. And this is also just the close. You guys got to keep that in your mind. So it's really safe to say that this becomes our range. The resistance level becomes our range. Again, look at that reaction around this level. So I can really see us coming all the way. Look at that. See, now we've also have formed the highs. So I also want to see, what did we form first? Did we form the lows first or the highs on the daily candle? So the date is obviously 20th. 20, that's the date now. Look at that. So we formed the highs first, and now we are forming the lows. So again, look at this now. We didn't have these lows to start with, we formed the highs first. This is the candle now. This is the starting candle. Look at that. It pushed straight back up. This is us forming the lows now. And now we're seeing some sort of reaction from this level. And this technically becomes our range. So we can really start to bounce all the way back up now. If we start trading above this support area and start turning this area into some sort of support, I really do see us coming all the way back up to 1803 in the next even potentially in the next 15 minutes, we can start trading all the way back up here to 1800. Maybe from there start to push down. But I think this 4 hour candle is going to start to reject now, and we're going to start pushing all the way back up, because even if we go down to the 30-minute time frame now, look at that, we're just forming higher highs and higher lows. Look at this massive engulfing bullish candle, kind of like engulfing everything to the left. This became your pullback candle. Look at the retest. Obviously with such a tiny candle, there was just not much momentum in the market, so this candle kind of had to come down to do a deeper retest and form the bottom wick, a sustainable bottom wick. And now at this point, we're starting to again retest the highs over here. So the only thing that's really just lacking in the markets now is some volatility. So as soon as we start to see volatility and we start trading above this, we're coming all the way back up. So I'm definitely looking to see how we start to react around 17.99, because I think if we do start to clear this again, we're playing a game of probability. We're looking to see if we are, because we're so fluid in the markets, we're trying to build probability on, let's say if we're looking for buyers, right? I'm looking to see how can I build probability. If I'm looking for sales, I'm looking to see how can I build probability. So now I do understand that we start trading below this, probability of sales working out is a lot higher than the buys. Again, we could have another scenario where it might just push down to grab liquidity, and then after that start to push back up. That's why we don't take any impulsive entries. We're going to wait for that break, retest, see what sort of reaction we get, see how price is also trading below this as well. Is it holding below this level, or is it just, are we just seeing some sort of massive rejections from the downside? If it's actually starting to hold below this level and is looking stable, at that point we can safely say, okay, now the edge is on our side. We do have probability to the downside, and we can start to execute on a sell position. And look at this clean traffic to the downside. But now again, we're fluid in the markets. If I see a buy sell working out as well, I'm more than willing to execute on a buy sell. Again, we've only pushed about 100 pips, not even 100 pips. I think altogether we've pushed about 97 pips on the daily candle. So either way, we're either going to start pushing up to the top side to retest the highs, and then from there form new highs, which is very likely because we are in an uptrend. Otherwise, we're going to start to see some sort of pullback again, which could happen as well, because we got to have some sort of correction now. These candles here were quite massive. Obviously this was here because of your FOMC, and then after that a lot of liquidity was over here. As soon as we grabbed all of this liquidity, it just gave us that massive rocket ship of a candle, this bullish candle here, and the next one came all the way up to retest highs, and then we ended up with a little bit of a rejection. So technically this is becoming your pullback now. So you're looking to see now, when is that pullback done? Is it done now? 1794 we do understand is a strong key area. From here we do see a lot of orders being executed to the downside as well as to the top side. So now we want to see what sort of reaction are we getting around this level. We go down to the lower time frames, we're starting to see that obviously this candle is starting to reject now after forming these lows. So you would want this candle to trade obviously below the support area in order for it to actually stop pushing down and start forming new lows. Technically this can be the low being formed, and now this is just the pullback to form a new low. But now let's say if we start trading above this support area again, what's the probability of price going down? It comes down. Probability of price going up goes up at that point. So really depends. We do have another 12 minutes left, guys, before our session opens. So if I start seeing some sort of probability to the top side, I'll definitely look to execute on a buy sell as well. We're literally in the middle of this range right now on the daily candle. Look at that. This is literally the mid range at the moment, so we can take it either way, honestly. It's been more than 48 hours after paying my Forex fund program, but still didn't get my login. To be honest, my personal experience, I got the login details the same night. So I think I bought the account on Sunday, I think. I'm not too sure, to be honest, don't quote me that, but I got it literally within like 6 hours. So I don't know, maybe check your spam or something like that. Check your junk, go to your email, it might just be there. Just check. Also, guys, another thing I do want to advise you guys on, one thing I don't usually give out financial advice, but this is advice you guys should take. Make sure you guys hit the subscribe button, and then there's a little bell notification. Make sure you guys tap that. At that point, honestly, as soon as we go live on YouTube, you're gonna start getting those notifications. And this is free education, man. Free education. Right now the sessions are a little bit chill because of December, bro. But honestly, from Feb approaching, I got some crazy plans for this live stream. I'm going to be bringing a lot of big guests as well, like profitable traders. So a lot of amazing things are coming up, so you guys don't want to miss out. Right now we're just kind of like showing you guys how profitable we are. So I'm literally just coming, this is me basically showing you guys, basically building an online portfolio at the moment, showing you guys like I'm actually profitable. I'm not one of these insta gurus. I don't sell signals, I don't promote education and things like that. This is literally just like free education, showing you guys we do this every single day, day-to-day basis. That's what it is. Again, you guys can also see how disciplined we are. We've done our analysis now, but we're still not willing to execute on anything for the next 10 minutes, because that's when our session starts. So now when our session starts, we're going to be, again, you're going to see me really focused. Right now, I'm chill, I'm talking to you guys as well, but as soon as my session starts, you're going to see I'll be zoned in, because at that point, I don't want any distractions. Right now, we've plotted some scenarios now. We're just looking to see what sort of scenario shows up. And then whatever shows up during our session, we're just going to execute on it if the probability is on our side. That's what trading is, pretty much. It's pretty much just like 90% waiting and 10% execution, but the execution has to be a high probability trade as well. It doesn't mean just because you've been waiting for the whole session, you still have to execute, even though, like, let's say if your session is 2 hours long and you've been waiting for 1 hour and 50 minutes, and now the last 10 minutes you're rushing to execute. Again, that's not how it works. The 10% execution only applies when you have a high probability setup right in front of your eyes. Otherwise, it doesn't apply. Otherwise, it's all just waiting and willing to miss out. You should be willing to miss out. There should be no FOMO, because again, 90% waiting, 10% execution can be seen in a wrong way. That 10% execution part could be that you've got last 10 minutes left now and FOMO is kicking in. It shouldn't be like that either, guys. So it should be that 90% waiting, 10% execution, but if the execution doesn't show up, then that 10% should be willing to miss out. That you should be willing to miss out. That's what it should be then. Then it shouldn't be another 10% waiting, because after your session you're done now. You're willing to miss out. You're saying that, okay, cool, today markets did not really show me any sort of opportunities that I would execute on, because every day you're going to see so many opportunities. I'll be completely honest, especially on gold. That's why we trade gold. It's, I think, the most traded commodity out there anyway, right? So with gold, you're always going to see opportunities, but you're only looking to take that you're only looking to take 1 to 2 trades with really high probability, because you want the edge to be on your side. So now again, look at this. What's happening? Look at the daily candle. It's attempting to push down, but you're just seeing a lot of momentum starting to kick into the top side. If you guys look at the daily candle as well, if I move this all the way to the left, this line that I have, you can see that this is a significant area right here. This is such a strong area, key area. From here you start to see a lot of sell orders being executed. So now we start trading above this. Look at the bigger picture. We're expecting some sort of correction now. When the daily candle opened, it formed the highs first, and then this is basically becoming your bottom wick on the daily candle at this point. So you also have to see what was formed first. At this point, we understand that the upper wick was formed first. This is pretty much becoming the bottom wick now. So now 2 things can be happening. Either this is becoming your pullback to start forming new lows, or this is just the bottom wick done at this point now, and we're going to start forming new highs. Because again, if it came all the way down to form the bottom wick first, at that point you're expecting an upper wick, and then from there starting, you're looking to see what sort of reaction you get. So now at this point, look, you're starting to again approach a key area on the intraday range. This is again your range. So you start to clear this now. What are we doing? What's the next logical thing gold's going to do when gold's in a massive uptrend as well? It's going to come up to retest the highs. So 1803, 1804 actually should be our target. If we start trading above 1799, honestly, we start trading above this area, I'm looking to take this all the way up. Again, I do want to start marking out other rejection areas as well. Always want to look for those next rejection areas as well. But again, we're just building probability, right? At this point, look, you have the bottom wick, you're starting to trade above the current resistance level. Looking to the left again, this resistance level has been respected numerous times. You can see a lot of reactions around this level, and massive rejections, actually massive rejections, not just baby rejections either. So if we start trading above this, again, you're playing the game of probability. What's the next thing that's going to happen? Most likely it's going to start coming back up, because now the probabilities to the top side has started to go up. And even if you look at the minute time frame at this point, we're just starting to push all the way back up. And how big is this range? We got also see how big this range is, because again, this is 18 pips. We can most definitely secure 1-to-1s before we start to approach 1801. If we can see some sort of entries, if we can execute an entry down here below 1799, if we can get entry from down here, and you know, obviously our 1-to-1s are going to be 1801, we can most definitely just get a winning trade, and then after that let our runners just do a lot of damage. So another 5 minutes left as well for our session. Let's look at the look at this 4-hour candle at this point. Look at this rejection again. Look at this, just starting to trade above this support area after forming those lows. Again, we formed the highs first, and then technically this was your bottom wick. Now let's say if we did form the bottom wick first, and then after forming highs we started to push down again, at that point I'll be like, okay, now at this point this becomes a bit suspicious. Do we really want to push down at this point, or are we just like now attempting to push down, but we just need a little bit more momentum? But what gives me a lot of confidence is that we formed the upper wick first, again not sustainable whatsoever, came down to form that sustainable bottom wick to potentially now come up to retest those highs, and we're starting to trade above this support area now, starting to trade above 1799 as well. Look at your 30-minute candle. Wow, just look at this rocket ship of a candle. Wow, I think we can start pushing all the way back up. Again guys, we did tell you guys this scenario, something like this, if this did show up during our session, I would have executed on it, but again, it's just not my session yet. Another 4 minutes left, but look at this would have been a winning trade now. Anyway, we're just gonna stop putting in some risk, start putting some risk into magic keys. Going in with obviously first trade, always sticking with 1%. We don't go over 1%. By now you guys should know that as well. We stick to 1% because we do this in a realistic manner. This I just put 20, 4 and 4, and select everything here. You need to select everything here, and I think we should be good to go. That's it. That's pretty much my settings as well. A lot of people ask me, what are your settings and magic keys? It's just so simple. That's it. Let's start this bad boy now. There we go. That sound is so beautiful, honestly. Pew, pew. Hey, where's Finbar and Paul? Didn't get to see them today. Oh, I think I see a message from Finbar. Was it today, Kate? He said that he's going to the hospital with his mom. Oh, okay. See
no, I think that was...
That's kind of what I'm thinking as well. Was it today or was it like last week? But yeah, guys, got another 3 minutes left now. Making lower highs and lower lows. DA is a real mentor. Thank you guys. Thank you everyone. Guys, honestly, I'm so happy. The last stream we actually did hit a target of, I mean, we didn't hit 40 likes, we hit 39 likes, so we're literally one like away from 40 likes. So maybe if we can do that today, that would be amazing. You know, it just shows us progress. We have progress, you know, baby steps, but guys, we're growing together. You guys, honestly, you know, when you come onto these live streams, you shouldn't see these live streams as like, you know, my live stream. This should be like your live streams as well. This is like a community thing. We're all coming together and we're all becoming profitable together. And honestly, I've got big plans with this, big plans with this. And soon everyone, like literally, this is what it is, right? We all come together, we're learning together, we're making money together. It's just all a community effort over here. Without you guys, I can't be here. And yeah, it's so simple. Hey, what's up, Finny? How are you, my brother? Hopefully you're good.
Doing good, bro. Yeah, how's things?
Everything good. Wait, by the way, you know the message on Insta, was it sent today or did you send that last week about your mom?
Oh no, that was Fridays, so no, don't worry about it. Yeah.
Yeah, man, I've not really been on Insta as much, so been trying to take some time off from social
Trying to take
media.
social media break, yeah.
Yeah. Honestly, just just focusing, man. Like in real life stuff, just staying away from social media. But everything good though with your mom?
Yeah, it was just a routine checkup, so yeah, no, everything's good, yeah. So I
Okay.
wanted to be there for her, just in case.
Yeah. Okay, great stuff, my brother. Great stuff. Anyway, good luck for this session. Let's kill it. Okay, guys,
You
look
too,
at
folks,
this.
yeah.
Appreciate that. Another minute left, guys. Look at that momentum starting to kick in once again to the downside. Look at this now. Again, as I said, we do understand the game. We do know that if we start trading below this, start turning this area into resistance, the probability goes down to the downside. So I'm going to be looking to execute on a sell setup now in the next minute, because look at the sort of momentum we're starting to kick in to the downside. This is our sells coming up. This is the new open at this point. Honestly, the sort of momentum we do have, we have an upper wick as well. We start holding this level now. I really want to see how we start to hold this level, because again, either this is a liquidity grab to start pushing all the way back up, or otherwise if we start trading below this area, we're going to start pushing all the way back down now. So a lot of momentum kicking into the downside, guys. At this point, we do understand that we have clean traffic below this area as well. Momentum's on our side. Again, that's why we don't trade the 1 o'clock candle. Look how dodgy this candle is. It will trip you out. Trust me, guys. You want to stay away from this 1 o'clock candle. That's why we just wait for this candle to close and then we trade the next candle. So now either this candle here, the current candle, is going to start turning into a fake out candle and we're going to start see bias play out, or we're going to actually see this area over here being held. We are starting to respect this resistance and starting to push down to form new lows. But the way this is just starting to form up now, we're starting to push up. We're coming up to the structure highs as well. I really want to see how this closes, guys, because again, literally this can be that liquidity grab to start pushing all the way back up. And I'm really fluid in the markets. I want to see how it reacts around this resistance level, because we start turning this into some sort of support now. We're going to see a massive push to the top side. Might look to execute on a buy position from here, honestly. Really want to see how price starts to react around this level now. Okay, guys, this is starting to look good now. Honestly, I might be looking for a buy setup down here. I really want to see how this candle closes now. Honestly, might be looking for buys because we have liquidity in the market, trading above 1796 again. And you know what? I want to see how the next candle opens. Might look for a tiny trade here. Depends how the next candle opens now. We start respecting this level here, start pushing all the way back up, start trading above 1797 as well. Can really see bias playing out, because again, one of the scenarios was either we're going to start holding below this level and then the sells are going to play out, otherwise this is just going to become your liquidity zone to start pushing all the way back up. I want to see what sort of momentum we get from here now. Might look for a buy position from up here. But you know what is, guys, we start breaking above this, start trading above 1797. Again, is a game of probability. The probability to the top side just starts to go up. At that point, you're expecting 1796 to be respected as well. You don't want to see price starting to trade below this level. Again, let's just wait. Let's just have patience, because right now this was one candle and this is literally we see two bullish candles. So you do want to see some sort of engulfing bullish candle at least starting to trade above this level. At that point, you can safely say, okay, this was the whole move to the downside to grab liquidity to start pushing up. Look at that, the way we're retesting 1796.27. If we see a massive rejection and this candle starts to flip and starts trading above this, at that point you can safely say that your buys are going to start to play out, honestly. Otherwise, again, this is just a pullback to start pushing down. Right now I'm waiting for momentum to kick in. Right now we don't have momentum either way. So again, I'm keeping an open mind, and I do understand that both positions can play out. So we just have to wait a little bit. So on the right side of the trade, jumping into the trade, you tend to lose a trade. So you want to wait for those extra confirmations, and then from there we can obviously take it. We can take a winning trade, because right now technically it could just be forming the upper wick and you're tapping into this key area as well. Just keep that in your mind. That's why I said if we start trading above this once again and start turning 1797 into some sort of support, at that point I'm going to safely say that we're coming all the way back up, and this literally just becomes a fake out. This is your fake out to grab some liquidity to start pushing up. That's all it is. That's what I'm thinking. Clean price action as well today. We don't have any sort of news. Look at that. Literally nothing. So again, something like this is just for liquidity. That's what it is. Look at this sort of momentum starting to kick back in now. Look at your 4 hour again, just rejecting off of the same level. Potentially can be forming that double top as well. Look at that, forming that double top again, reacting to that liquidity zone. So I really do want to see how we start to hold this level now. This literally becomes your classic fake out at this point. Still reacting to the same sort of zone, still respecting this zone. Every time price starts to reject from this zone, you guys can see reform, you know, new highs. Look at that, from here this became your first leg up, and then from there created another leg. At this point again, we're not trading below this level just yet. This is technically us just grabbing liquidity, so we haven't really violated these lows just yet. Just keep that in your mind as well. But because of the 30-minute candle now, potentially can be forming the upper wick to start pushing down. So really want to see what sort of momentum we get. Because if I start to see your low momentum kick into the top side now, I'm executing on this buy position now. Probability to the top side goes up as long as we stay above 1796.27. Right now, I'm just seeing really tiny candles. Okay, there we go. We're coming up now again. I want to see what sort of reaction we get around this level. We start clearing this now, start turning 1797 into some sort of support area. I'm going to really look to take it back up. Otherwise, again, I can see sales playing around from this level as well. I can really see sales playing out from this level. So really just have to wait now. 1797 is going to be a crucial area for me. Right now, we do have the upper wick on the 30-minute candle. Either we're going to see a retest of this upper wick and a rejection to form that double top. Otherwise, we're going to start clearing this, start trading above this. I'm looking to take this bad boy all the way up. Guys, you know what? I might be looking to execute on a trade here as soon as we start clearing these highs. Again, another push to the top side. I'm in this buy position here. Honestly, it's going up now. Liquidity is there as well. Do you know what it is? Guys, I'm in this now. I'm going to look to add some more risk to this. Let's just see how it plays out, because I want to be extra bit careful. It can start to reject from here. So I want to be extra bit careful right now. So it needs to break these highs once again, and I'm honestly in this now. And I'm going to go in with 1% risk on this trade. Come on, give me that last bit of push. Come on. Okay. Give me that last bit of push, and I'm in this. And this is your 5-minute open as well. This is when you're expecting more momentum. So look at that. It's forming that upper wick, got the bottom wick as well. As soon as it starts breaking above this, I'm in this, honestly. Come on. Give me that last bit of push now. Otherwise, again, you can see the sales playing out from here. That's why I want to see us starting to trade above this level. This is that 5-minute upper wick as well now. It's got the bottom wick. So if it starts to push back down now, again, I'm going to stay out of this. But we start breaking above this, I'm taking an entry, honestly. Start breaking above this, I'm in this trade now. Going to put stop loss just down here as well. Tiny stop loss in for that 1-to-1. Come on, just need that last bit. Give me that. Last bit of push to the top side. Let's go, Goldie. Let's start pushing up now. There we go. It's about to explode to the top side now. As soon as we start clearing that level, we're going to start pushing up. Honestly, we start trading above this level, coming all the way up, in my opinion. This is it now. That's it. Come on, last bit of push. It just needs to clear these highs now. And let's go. Okay, guys, we're in this trade now. Let's put partial TP at 1x1. Oh, hold on a second. Let's put the partial TP. Partial TP times target 1 times. Okay, still want to be super careful around this level, because if we do start holding this level as a resistance, you can start to see a push down. I'm going to start marking out all the zones where we can see pullbacks from as well. Look, this is becoming still that rejection zone, so you do want to see us closing above. This is kind of an impulsive entry. It can really flip, but again, we do understand we have liquidity now, and this is literally going to go up now. If honestly, again, we start clearing these highs again, there's more probability to the top side. Right now, the way the candles are printing, really tiny candles, right? You don't want to see this support here being broken. If it does break, then at that point, you're going to see a retest of this. I'm going to take this trade out. We start breaking below this, I'm going to take this trade out. I'm aiming for that 1-to-1 now. So we need to start clearing above this, and then we'll potentially push it all the way back up. I'm going to take out 1-to-1, and then after that, we'll look to see what we can do. Again, still holding this level right here. From here, you can see a lot of momentum to the downside as well. So I want to see these highs being broken once again and us pushing to the top side. I'm going to start marking out the next zone over here as well. Let me just show you guys my MetaTrader 4. So you guys can see in this position right now, still very tricky, because you can still see those rejections. But again, we see some momentum kicking. We're going to start to push up. Next zone that we can reject from is this level here, 1798.13. But we start clearing 1798.13, we're going to see a nice push to the top side. Stop loss is really tight as well, just below these structure lows, as you guys can see. 5 pips up at this point now. Another minute left for the new 5 minute to open. At that point, we can see some more momentum kick in to the top side. We're approaching that next zone as well. We're up 7 pips on this trade so far. There we go, there we go, there we go, 8 pips up. Again, I want to see how it reacts around 1798.13. We start clearing that, I'm going to look to make it risk-free. But maybe in the next minute, we can start to see how it plays out. I'm going to be extra bit careful here as well. Another minute left, another minute left. The way these candles are printing as well, they're printing really tiny candles right now. Really tiny candles. So you want to see some more momentum kicking, which is hopefully in the next minute now. We start clearing 1798.13. At that point, I think we're coming straight up to the TP. Small stop loss. The stop loss is only about 14 pips. So obviously the partial TP is only about 14 pips as well. The 1-to-1. There we go. This is that new 5 minute open now. It needs to start pushing up from here, maybe start to reject down. But oh, there we go. I'm going to make a risk-free at this point. Honestly, I'm going to make a risk-free, guys. I'm going to make this trade risk-free because at this point I'm up more than 10 pips. So I'd rather just not go back to drawdown because from here it can form that, you know, really deep bottom wick and stop me out. So I just need that last bit of a push to the top side to kind of like give me that TP. But most likely I can get stopped out as well because of the bottom wick. So what I can do is kind of like see how it plays around. I might move my stop loss just below this wick, but I really expect 98 to hold and for us to hit that TP. Let me see how this forms that bottom wick. I'm going to make my stop loss a little bit tighter. So initially it was 14 pips, it's 5 pips now. Just give it a little bit more room to breathe. But it starts trading below this level. At that point, I'm going to take this trade out. But you guys can see it's a low risk trade now. I'm going to lose less than I intended to lose on this trade. Again, giving it a little bit more room to breathe because it is gold. Don't want to get wicked out on this. But let's see how it plays out. This is the new 5 minute open now. Either it's going to start pushing down or it's going to stop me out with low risk at this point now. Initial stop loss was below the structure lows. At this point, I've made it a little bit tighter. So I don't mind. Let's just see how it plays out. So risking, we initially were risking about 1% on this trade. Now, if I get stopped out, I only lose less than 0.5%. Because this is that new 5 minute open now. This is that rejection zone. If I did keep my stop loss at break even, it can really easily wake me out. But now you would want to see these lows over here being respected and it's starting to flip. But as soon as it starts to break above these highs now for the second time, at that point we have the upper wick, we have the bottom wick. At that point I'm going to make it risk free. Yeah, then nothing is holding me back basically from making it risk free. Just need a little bit more momentum to kick in. We need to start clearing these highs and I'm going to make this trade risk free and it's going to go straight to my TP. Until then, again, it's a little bit tricky over here. Starting to see some sort of like, you know, retest of this resistance and some sort of reaction. So you want to see price starting to trade back up above 1798 because this, again, area is a pullback area. So you want to see us starting to trade above this now, starting to hold this area here as some sort of support. And then at that point, we're flying all the way to the top side. There we go, there we go, there we go, there we go. Coming back up to 1798.13, guys, at this point. 98.13 again, as I said, is a crucial area. We start clearing this area, start trading above this area, start breaking these highs. We're coming up. Until then, can see some sort of reactions, and right now it just seems like we don't have a lot of momentum in the markets as well. I want to see some more volatility kick in, but that's why I've kind of made this stop loss a little bit tighter now, because if volatility does want to kick in later on, we're going to see some sort of deeper pullbacks, and I don't want to go into a bigger drawdown. So as soon as we start clearing above this wick here, I'm making this risk free. Until then, it's a low risk position now. I've taken off some of the risk because it doesn't make sense to take a full 1% loss on this. So as soon as we start clearing 1798.35, I'm going to make it risk free. But most of you guys should have secured profits and it should be risk free for most of you guys. But look at the way the candles are printing. So far so good. Again, having some sort of reaction from 1798.13. We just need some more volatility to kick in. That's the issue. This is that problematic area that we do have. Seeing some sort of reactions from this area. We might see an engulfing bearish candle at this point as well, because we just need more volatility to kick in, potentially in the next 2 minutes. So if you can start trading above 1796.74, maybe the next 2 minutes can give us some more volatility. Otherwise, we might just consolidate here, come down to retest the lows with the new 15-minute open, and then see that push to the top side. So it really depends now how candles are printing. Because my stop loss was really tight, I'm kind of like trading this in a very aggressive way, if that makes sense to you guys. The way I'm managing risk is really aggressive. Otherwise, you guys know we don't, usually manage risk like this. But again, if the stop loss is really tight, the risk management's got to become really aggressive. Because again, if this stops me out, I'm going to take a really tiny stop and I'll still have more percentage to risk, more money to risk. Right now, this is just becoming your consolidation. the lows of the range is actually all the way down there. So unless we start breaking below this, you are good in this trade. And I potentially can get wicked up because my stop loss is really tight, but again, it makes sense. It was so close to my partial TP. It makes sense for me to, you know, tighten my stop loss at this point, and you would want to see these highs being broken. But again, if your stop loss was in a good place, you should be good. This is a good trade so far. So far, so good. Just need a little bit more momentum to kick in, potentially in the next minute. At that point, you can see the explosive push to the top side. Explosive push to the top side. Potentially the next minute can wake me out now. I'm really thinking might want to move my stop loss just below this, see how the next minute reacts, and then push it back up. But that's it. Just the next minute now can start to give us that push either to the top side or the downside. Next minute should give us potentially our partial TP in the next minute. What I'm going to do is there we go. I'm going to see how much of a push down I get. I'm going to look to manage this stop. It needs to push down first, create that bottom wick, and then after that just start exploding all the way to the top side. This 15-minute candle now. It shouldn't break below this level here though. It should not be breaking below 1795.81, but you do want to give it a little bit more room to breathe now because this is that 15-minute open. It needs to form that bottom wick, potentially even retest this support to push up. But if it starts to break above these highs, at that point you're not expecting it to come all the way down. But until then, it needs to form a bottom wick. You guys got to keep that in your mind. This is also December. You're going to see a lot of pullbacks during December. But as I said, we start breaking above 1798.35, no matter what, I'll make it risk free. Until then, you want to give it a little bit more room to breathe. Otherwise, you're going to get stopped out again and again and again. You're going to get wicked out. So look, it's forming the upper wick first. So obviously, next move can be the bottom wick, right? Unless we start breaking above 1798.35. At that point, it's going to push up to the TP and then potentially form that bottom wick after. So let's just see how it plays out now. There we go. Looks still having reactions from 1798.13. So potentially can start to form the bottom wick now. It's formed the upper wick now. It can potentially start pushing down. This candle can become the engulfing bearish candle to form the bottom wick, and then after that, potentially we can see the next leg back up. Again, what was the first move? It was the upper wick. But most of you guys should not be taking any sort of risk on this position. This should be a risk-free position for you guys, and you guys should have secured profits on this. I'm just managing this in my way. So make sure you guys don't copy me, the way I manage positions. As soon as you're up more than 10 pips, make sure you guys are securing. So this is the bottom wick being formed now. You don't want to see price starting to break below this support area, so I might give it a little bit more room to breathe. Let's just see how it plays out. Again, I'm going to look to take less than 1% risk on this position, even if I was to move my stop loss, but I just don't want to get wicked out. That's all it is. I want to see how much of a bottom wick it wants to form, and then potentially in the next 4 minutes, you're going to see that next leg back up. Do you know what? I'm going to move it all the way down, give it a little bit more room to breathe. Again, taking less risk than intended. Initial stop loss was below there. Usually, I don't recommend doing something like this, but I am up a lot of profits, so I can afford to do this. Again, this is something we do not recommend. So don't copy me. As I said, this is not signals. Do not copy me. I'm just managing this in my own way. Because again, right now we have the upper wick now, potentially forming that bottom wick. Again, in the next 3 minutes now, we can start to form the next leg back up. Let me show you guys on trading view as well. Look at your 15-minute candle right now. It doesn't have the bottom wick, so it's potentially forming the bottom wick now. And as soon as it starts to push up, I'm going to make it a little bit tighter. Yeah, make it a little bit tighter, just a little bit. Make it a little bit tighter. At this point, look, again, forming the bottom wick now. The bottom wick could be all the way down to this support area as well. Keep that in your mind. Could be. Otherwise, look, you're literally going to see a retest of this, rejection to start pushing up. So now at this point, you start breaking about 15-minute upper wick. You don't expect this to come down anymore. So you do want to mark up this upper wick as well. I'm going to literally just mark it now. Otherwise, we do understand that sales can start playing out. That's why I want to look to manage my positions at this point. Take off some risk as well. If we start trading below 1796.27, I'm going to start to take off some risk. But we start trading above this now, I'm going to make it risk-free. Because there's no business breaking the 15-minute highs now after forming the bottom wick unless it wants to go up. At that point, you can safely make it risk-free. It's just so simple. So above 1798.13, I'm going to make it risk-free now. Before it was 1798.35. So I'm going to make it risk-free above this level now. And let's just see how it plays out. Just need a little bit more momentum to kick in. Another 2 minutes. Again, I'm only down like 3 pips, so this should not concern me whatsoever. This is just part of the game. Look at that. See, you have the bottom wick now. You start to see an engulfing bullish candle. You don't want to see these lows over here being broken now. Again, I can make my stop loss tight now. Before, look, because my stop loss was here, I could have gotten wicked up. This was just a bottom wick being formed. That's why I moved my stop loss down there, because I know how gold moves, right? So now look at this pin bar candle. As soon as we start to break above all of these highs, start breaking above this 15-minute highs, I'm going to make my stop loss tighter at this point, because now my stop loss is valid. Because otherwise my stop loss was not valid. It should have been below the structure lows anyway. I made it really tight really quickly before the 15-minute open, but now it becomes valid as soon as we start clearing the 15-minute highs. Let me just show you guys on the current time frame as well. 15 minute. So there you go. Yeah, 1798.13. As soon as we start clearing that, the stop loss here becomes valid. It becomes valid at this point. So let's just see how it plays out now, the 15-minute candle. Because again, it can do a deeper retest as well. Nothing stopping gold from doing that, and it can really easily wake me up. But it is part of the game. I don't mind. Again, I'm going to take less of a loss even if I was to take this loss. Again, we're just down 1 pip at the moment. We were up 10 pips as well, but I really want either my stop loss to get hit or my TP to get hit on this trade. That's how I'm managing this position. Again, I'm playing around with the stop loss, not making my stop loss bigger. Don't get twisted, guys. Not ever gonna make my stop loss bigger. I'm kind of just playing within the range I had with the stop loss. Another minute left now. Let's see what happens in the next minute. This is potentially forming that bottom wick on the 5 minutes to start pushing all the way back up, and this 15-minute candle should just start rejecting now and start flipping. As soon as it starts to flip, we're coming all the way back up. Otherwise, it's going to form lower lows and low highs and potentially push down a little bit, because literally the momentum was to the downside, and this can become your pullback to start pushing all the way down. So your new 5-minute open now is starting to clear 1796.27. So let's just see how it plays around this level. Start trading below this. I'm going to take some risk off the table now. There we go. Just going to take some risk off the table. At this point, we start trading because we're forming low lows and low highs. At this point, the chance of me getting stopped out is really, really high. I'm going to give this trade another chance, but let's just see how it survives. But definitely taking off some risk though at this point. Take some risk off the table. Starts pushing all the way back up. Start clearing this. Come on. Close half. There we go. Come on. Again, look at this area just being respected now. I can really easily get wicked at this point. But again, let's just see how it plays around this support area, because we are approaching the support area. From there, we can start bouncing all the way back up. Support area is still down there. We still haven't broken below the support area. And unless we break below this, we are still good. We're just forming higher highs, higher lows. Literally, that's all we're doing. This is just a bottom wick on the 15-minute candle now. Unless we start breaking below support area, the trade is still valid. This is just part of the game. Again, this is December. You're going to see so many more pullbacks. So many more pullbacks. Now the 15 minutes should really start rejecting, and it should really start flipping. You should see this 15 minutes starting to flip. It shouldn't break below these lows either now. Let me show you guys on the minute time frame what I'm talking about, because there's a support area down here. We've retested the support area. Let me just quickly show you guys what I'm talking about. Look at this. See, this was just a retest of this area, right? And now look at that, we're back into profits. That's why I didn't close half just yet either. I was waiting for these lows to break again, and now this should start pushing all the way back up. We start clearing above 1798.13. At that point, it makes sense for us to start making this trade basically risk-free. But there you go, guys. Again, that's why the drawdowns don't really scare me. Look, I'm back into profits now, and this is going to go straight to my TP, and it's going to be a winning trade at this point. We start clearing 1798.13, and then 1798.35 is going to go straight to my TP. But look why I didn't move my stop loss below, because again, this support area here should be respected. Look, we didn't even break below this. We just literally retested this. But now if we start breaking below these lows here, at that point the trade becomes invalid. At that point the buy position becomes invalid if we start breaking below this support area, because this is the first reaction now. We're coming back up to retest the highs of the consolidation. If we don't break above, at that point it's just a consolidation now. So now you want to see this consolidation being broken. This is that leg down because of the 15-minute. It was forming that bottom wick. You want this to start breaking the highs now of the previous 15-minute candle and go straight to our TP basically. But if we start breaking below these lows now, at that point this trade is really invalid, because again, I gave it room to breathe. This was the room to breathe. Oh snap, my bad. But yeah, this was the room. You have to give your trades room to breathe. But at this point, it starts breaking below this. It's just in the consolidation. It's just coming up to the top side of the consolidation. It's going to start pushing down to the lows of the consolidation. At this point now, look at this trade, right? We start breaking below this. The probability goes to the downside. At this point, it becomes a low probability trade. look, this is exactly what we expected, but now it's going to become a low probability trade, and it makes sense to manage your positions. We start clearing this, either it's going to turn into a double bottom, or we start clearing below this. At this point, again, either double bottom, we start trading below this, becomes a low probability trade. I'm going to see this wicking me up potentially. Oh, hold on a second. Again, either this is going to become a fake out candle now, this bullish candle is going to become a fake out candle, and we're going to start pushing all the way back up. And again, this becomes your consolidation, but we start trading below this level here. At that point, it just becomes a low probability trade. Otherwise, still, this is a valid trade. This is still a valid trade. This is just a consolidation we are in. Look at that. We formed the new highs. This is your pullback to start pushing up to form new highs again. But now we start breaking below these lows, stop breaking below these structure lows. At that point, this trade becomes invalid. And I'm going to take this trade out. Simple as that. Until then, we are just within this consolidation, guys. And yeah, that's all it is, honestly. And now for me to actually like execute on my second trade, if I do get wicked out on this, I would want to see this consolidation break first. Otherwise, you're just going to see something like this, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Right now, this is becoming your basically classic pullback candle, right? And then this candle should start breaking below to, you know, start pushing down. Otherwise, this is becoming your classic faker. This candle here, you don't even break the lows, and this candle is going to start breaking above the highs and then start going straight to your TP. That's what it is, basically. This becomes your classic fake out, this bearish candle. Why are we seeing so many pullbacks and fake outs? Is because of the month, guys. We don't have a lot of momentum. This is literally your new 5-minute open as well. Again, it's forming an upper wick as well as a bottom wick. This was your bottom wick on the 5-minute done. Why did we see such a massive push to the downside? Again, look at this, right? Previous 5 minutes still closed with a little bit of a rejection. This is technically your upper wick being formed. So you don't want to see these lows over here being broken, the previous 5-minute lows. You want to see these get retested, but you don't want to see these being broken. Otherwise, you're going to get stopped out now. And the trade is invalid. Because at this point, look, this is just becoming a consolidation, really choppy price action. The only reason it has to push down now is to form the bottom wick to start pushing back up. Otherwise, it's just going to become a classic pullback candles to start pushing back down. And then you're going to see your sells playing out, basically. Otherwise, it's still a valid trade. Right now, it's not invalid, but the way price is starting to form at the moment, just seeing a lot of rejections, and this is just becoming a really big consolidation. Right now, even the bias is still bullish. I can still see these bias playing out, but we just have to break out this consolidation. And let's just hope we can do that before the, you know, in the next 4 minutes, if we can do that before the next 4 minutes. Otherwise, the 4 hours is just going to give us so much momentum and can potentially wake me up. As long as we can start forming higher highs and higher lows, right now, I really do want to see this area holding now and us pushing all the way back up. And then maybe the next 4 hour can give us that push to the top side. Otherwise, we start trading below this. Look, it's literally just 10 pips or whatever. How many pips away from my stop loss? It can really easily wake me up because of the new 4 hour open. So I want to be extra bit careful. Right now, the trade is still valid. Look at these bearish candles, really tiny candles. Right now, nothing concerns me. It's just a lot of consolidation. There's just not a lot of momentum in the markets. That's all it is. Really small candles. When we start breaking below this, at that point, my trade becomes invalid. Again, it's because of the consolidation. You're not seeing any sort of insane momentum to the downside, but most probably I will get wicked out now because the 4 hours coming up in 3 minutes as well, but it's part of the game, honestly. No biggie. From here, stop breaking 1795.81. At that point, trade is invalid. Otherwise, this is still a valid trade. Still a winning trade for me. This is still a high probability trade. I can still see buys playing out from here. But we start clearing this area at that point. Again, I'm getting taken out and it is what it is. But let's just hope we can start pushing all the way back up now in the next 3 minutes. The new 4 hour is opening. At that point, I'm going to get wicked up. So I really want this candle to start flipping now and start clearing these highs over here. Or even start just pushing down now. So with the new 4 hour open, another opportunity can come into the markets. Okay, at this point, again, we're coming to the lows of the structure. We start clearing these. We're just forming lower lows and low highs. We're going to come down to the next support area, which is all the way down there. Potentially retest that and then from there see what happens. Otherwise, we are just within this consolidation. Unfortunately, we got caught within this consolidation, but it is what it is. At the moment, we've done nothing whatsoever. We are just consolidating. Haven't gone up, haven't gone down. We're just in this consolidation. Look at this. Again, this area is just holding. Another 2 minutes left as well for the new 4 hour to open now. Again, just in a 10 pip drawdown as well. Really tiny drawdown. Usually our stop losses are about 20 pips as well, so it's literally nothing. But yeah, there is just no momentum in this candle right now. We need to see some volatility kick into the markets now. I think as soon as volatility kicks in, we're just going to see a rocket ship of a candle, because look, every time there was volatility in the markets, we actually pushed up. But then we just had those explosive rejections, because then as soon as we push up, there is just not enough volatility to clear this consolidation. So now when is volatility going to kick in? Well, the new 4-hour open. Look, as soon as we get a 4-hour open, I expect us to either start pushing straight up or start pushing straight down. We start clearing 1797.23. We're going to start pushing all the way back up once again to the top side of the consolidation. But until then, if we start trading below this, see rejections, then we're potentially going to break these structure lows. Okay, another minute left now. This 4 hours is gonna wake me up and push straight back up. I know it's gonna happen now, but I can't make my stop loss bigger than what my stop loss initially was. That's not how it works. Yeah, if I did make it tighter and it makes sense to make it a little bit bigger, you know, put it back to its original place, that you can do, but you can't make your stop loss bigger than what it originally was. It doesn't make sense. Your 1-to-1 doesn't make sense. At that point, you just have to accept loss. So this is that new 4-hour open now. Either it's going to explode to the top side or it's going to start coming down. Now let's see what happens. This is it. Either we're getting wicked out or it's going straight to our TP. Okay, let's just see what happens now. Either we're getting wicked out or it's going straight to our TP. It's simple as that. But this 4-hour open, as soon as it starts to clear 1797.23, we should be good. Until then, if we start trading below this, can most definitely get wicked out. This 1797.23 area, we start clearing this, we're coming up at that point. The 1797.23 area becomes crucial, but we start trading below this, potentially will form that deeper bottom wick and wick me out. Because all it's got to do is just break this support and form a bottom wick to wick me out, because my stop loss is really tight. But otherwise, because of the momentum, we can see that push up to the top side first, maybe form new highs, and then later on start to drop. The new 4-hour open can work in our favor as well, because our trade is still valid. We're still respecting this area. The probability to the top side is higher than the probability to the downside at the moment. So let's just see what happens. We start clearing 1797.23. I think we're going to see explosive push. Either we're going to see a rejection from this area, and then we're going to start forming the bottom wick. We start clearing this. At that point, I think we're going to see a nice push to the top side. Again, just really mad consolidation. We're within this consolidation, been within this consolidation for the longest time now. We need to really start clearing out. Yeah, see, at the moment is gonna just, again, there's just not insane amount of volatility in the markets. But again, is expected. This is December, man. We've been stuck within this consolidation for the longest time now. At this point, two things are going to happen. Either it's going to break to the top side or the downside. Otherwise, we're just going to be stuck within this. So I would not be taking any positions within this consolidation. That's for sure, though. Just going to let this play out, because it's a high probability setup. But the way the moment price is, it's just not doing anything whatsoever. So this is not a losing trade either. Just keep that in your mind, guys. This is just a pullback. It just needs more volatility now to start forming those new highs. Look at that, coming back up to 79. There we go. We start breaking above this, we should be good to go up. Either we're going to start to reject from here, we start breaking above this, this is going to go straight to our TP now. There we go. The next area now is 1797.94, the top side of the consolidation. We start clearing the top side of the consolidation, we are Gucci. This is it. This is the first reaction area now. Let's just see what sort of reaction we get. Either we're going to start to reject and start breaking the lows. Otherwise, we're going to see an explosive candle to the top side, and it's going to give us our TP now. Look, it's back to our entry once again. It's because we are within this consolidation so far, and it is what it is. Just got to let it play out, man. Something like this, you just need to have a lot of confidence and experience in the markets. Otherwise, this is not really bugging me out even a little bit. It's not affecting my psychology. I know I've taken a winning trade, and I'm giving as much room to breathe as possible. If it stops me out, no, it is what it is. It's part of the game. But right now, look, probability to the top side is going up once again. We start clearing these highs, we can go up. Otherwise, we do understand that this is a reaction area. From here, we can start forming that bottom wick now, and it can most probably wick me out. But otherwise, if I see us breaking this upper wick once again, then I know we're coming all the way back up. Otherwise, I know I can really easily get wicked out now because of the new 4-hour open. But otherwise, we start breaking this upper wick here, we can start pushing all the way back up. Again, it becomes a game of probability now, so I might take some risk off. We start clearing 1796, might just take some risk off the table now. Because again, It might come down to the lows and push up, but I don't know, it might just break. So I'm gonna take some risk off now, because I really want this candle to stop flipping out and start breaking above 1797.96. There we go. That's the rejection I'm expecting. But you just don't have enough momentum in the markets, man. We just need some sort of volatility to kick in, and it's gonna go straight past my TP. Honestly, just need a little bit more volatility to kick in now, and maybe the next 5 minutes can do it. In a minute, we go in the next minute now. The new 5-minute candle can potentially start pushing up, give us that massive candle to the top side. Because again, it wants to push up. It's just because of December, there is just no volatility. This is a winning trade. This is a winning setup here. It's gonna go to our TP, but just no volatility whatsoever in the markets. Look, it's just struggling to push up, even if it's struggling to push down, to be honest. But let's see what the next 1 minute does. Potentially gonna push down or push up. Either way, we're gonna see something happening in the next minute. Look at the rejections from the downside. It wants to push up, but just needs a little bit more volume in the markets. So let's see. Maybe the next minute can do something now. The new 5-minute open candle can do something. There we go. There's a new 5-minute opener. It needs to start pushing down, reject from the support area, and explosive engulfing bullish candle starting to clear these highs and go straight to our TP. That's what I want to see now. Needs to start breaking above 1797.36. Come on, let's get some momentum now. These candles are just dead. Look at it, just formed the upper wick now. Yeah, these candles are just so dead now. Yeah, it starts breaking below this. We're just gonna come to the lows once again. I might just take some risk off the table now. We start clearing this area. I might just take some risk off the table, honestly. And might add that risk back on later. But right now it's just, again, within this consolidation, honestly, this is the area I don't want to see 1796.55 being broken. Honestly, this area here being turned into that support area, and this candle here being turned into a massive engulfing bullish candle, then I know it's going straight to my TP. Yes, this is it. This candle is that massive engulfing bullish candle. Let's go. Rocket ship. This is it, guys. This is loading up. It's about to go straight to our TP now. I think this is it. This is the candle we have been waiting for. Look, respecting the level, and now engulfs everything to the left. This is exactly what I have been waiting for. Otherwise, it starts breaking below this. I'm going to take some risk off the table now, honestly, because this is it. This candle needs to engulf everything to the left at this point now. This is that pullback we waited for. There we go. This is that rocket ship of a candle. Again, let's start clearing these highs now, and straight to the TP now. Let's go. This is that candle. There we go. Come on, a little bit more volatility needs to kick in. Needs to kick in at this point now. It's going to go straight to the TP. And we start breaking above this consolidation, we're going to see gold fly straight to the daily highs as well. That's the thing, man. We're just struggling right now to push anywhere. There we go. This area here, we need to clear this area now. There we go. Finally, guys. There we go. This is going straight up to 1797 now. 1797 needs to get cleared. At that point, 1798 needs to get cleared, and 1798 gets cleared. I'm gonna make this risk free, and there we go. Let's go. It's just coming up to these highs now. That's the next rejection area. We saw a lot of momentum to the downside kick in from there, and the way it's pushing up as well, it's kind of like pushing up, rejecting. So we can see a big rejection from up here as well. Just need a little bit more volatility to kick in. But you guys saw, as soon as some volatility kicks in, it just pushes straight up. So we just need this next area to clear now. At that point, we're going to start breaking out of this consolidation and start pushing all the way up to the TP. There we go. We can see how messy this price action is, but we can still trade within this price action. That's how advanced our trading concepts are. But again, just need to wait now, because can still most probably get wicked out. But we start clearing this area here, which is 1798.35. At that point, it has no business coming all the way down. Look at the 15-minute candle as well. I told you guys, right? If it breaks above this 1798.14, at that point, it also has no business coming down now. So this is your previous 15-minute highs. Just keep that in your mind. 1798.13. As long as we're trading below that, we can still push down. But we start clearing 1798.13. At that point, it's just going to be pullbacks, because you're violating the 15-minute highs. There's more probability to the top side. Keep that in your mind, guys. This area here, 1798.94, is that area, the 15-minute highs. We start clearing this, guess what? That's probability again building up in our favor. Is going to give me more confidence to hold this. It's just lacking some volatility right now. That's all it is, honestly. Because look at the way the candles are printing. Again, this is December, man. This is December. So imagine if you trade based off a 30-minute time frame or something. It's gonna be hard, man. That's the power of 1 minute time frame. You're getting those quick information you can literally manage. Again, approaching the 15-minute highs, haven't broken them just yet. Can see some sort of reaction from up here because again, this was such a massive rejection zone. So, you know, when there is not enough volatility to break out of a rejection zone, it's just going to react from it and start pushing down again. But we start clearing this, it's going to turn into that rocket ship and go straight to the TP. There we go. We're tapping the highs now. The 15-minute highs are about to be broken. Again, we're just tapping here, potentially forming that double top here. We need to start clearing these highs, man. At that point, it's going to build so much confidence. So much confidence. There we go. The highs have been broken at this point. And at this point, again, 8 pips up, guys. What I'm going to do now is, as soon as we start breaking the top side of the consolidation, make this risk-free. But right now, again, really low volume. Don't want to make it risk-free just yet. Want to be super careful. But as soon as we start clearing the next area, 79.8.13, I think 79.8.13 is the 15-minute highs, is it not? To be precise, yeah. Maybe in the next minute we can see something now. This is the new 5-minute open. Some sort of push down and then from there start pushing back up. Again, this is just a consolidation. We still haven't broken the top side of the consolidation. 1798.35 is the top side of the consolidation. We need to break out of that. At that point, we have cleared the consolidation. Otherwise, again, could just be forming the upper wick on the 4-hour and start pushing down. But right now, you guys can see we're forming higher highs, higher lows, violating structure highs. So right now, the probability is going back into our favor now. The probability is on our side again, but you shouldn't break below 1796.55 now. At that point, again, we're just consolidating. I might just take some risk off the table at that point. So far, so good though. Maybe NYSE, we're going to start breaking out at this point, the way price is just moving now. Again, look at that. This is your leg up. This is your leg down. You're going to form a leg up. You're going to form a leg down. So simple. But you shouldn't break the leg down now. You shouldn't break below 1796.55 at this point, because this is where the leg up started from. We start breaking below that, I'm going to take some risk off at this point. Otherwise, it becomes really choppy, man. Really choppy. And you're just consolidating, basically. But again, this is expected now. But you do want it to create the next leg up now. You don't want it to come all the way back to the lows. You want this to be the pullback. You want this candle to start forming the leg up. And then again, you can expect pullback, leg up. Simple. Man, I want to see this consolidation being broken anytime soon. There we go. That's the leg back up now. Leg back up. Let's go. Can we create the leg back up? This is it. We're coming to the top side of the consolidation now. We're about to break out of it. Hopefully. Hopefully, guys. Oh God. This is a nasty consolidation, man. We haven't been in a consolidation for some time. This is a nasty consolidation, honestly. Nasty consolidation. That's all gold has done so far now. Literally, this is all we've done so far. We're not doing anything. Jeez. Yeah, this is a really bad, really massive consolidation we are in. But again, when you have something like this, right, such a strong consolidation, as soon as you break out of it, the moves are really explosive as well. So in a way, this should kind of like, you know, get us excited basically, because again, the probability is to the top side. So as soon as we start to break out, you're going to see our TP being hit. And this is the next leg back up. Look, it's about to break the highs now. And potentially that's going to turn into a next leg back up. As soon as we break these highs now, we should be good to go up. 1798.05 needs to be broken now. 1798.05 gets broken. This is the leg up. There we go, guys. There we go. Amazing. Now tapping the top side of the consolidation. We should not be breaking below these lows. 1797.36 should not be broken at this point. Now we should just start pushing up. But again, this is December. Tapping the top side of the consolidation, you're going to see a pullback up, pullback up. So as soon as we start clearing 1798.13 now, oh man, it's going to break out of this consolidation and hopefully go straight to the TP at this point. There we go. Again, 9 pips up. We start breaking above 1798.35. This is a risk-free trade for me. Until then, I need to give it a little bit more room to breathe, because it's going to go back down now and then go back up and back down and up and back down. Yeah, just coming back down now. Unfortunately, it's just consolidating once again, guys. Just a massive consolidation. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take some risk off the table at this point. we start clearing 1797.31. I'm going to take some risk. If it goes back to my entry now, just going to take some risk off the table at this point and manage my positions. Just consolidating. Yeah, I'm going to close half in profits basically. So I've taken 50% of this position now because it's just consolidating at this point. And I'm going to start chopping down this position again. I know this is a leg back down. Now it's going to push back up, but I'd rather be safe. It starts breaking below 1796.53. I'm going to take some risk off the table again. I'll add that risk back on as soon as we break out the consolidation. But now, honestly, it's just consolidating. It's not doing anything whatsoever. There is just no momentum in the markets. So I've taken some risk off the table. We start breaking below this, I'm going to take some more risk off. Even though I know this is a leg down and it's going to potentially push back up, it doesn't make sense for me to go back up to the literally I was so close to the TP again and it's going to come back to drawdown. It doesn't make sense now for me to have 1% risk running on this position. So I've taken some of the risk off, you know, obviously just I think 0.5%. I've got 0.5% running on this trade now. So I've closed a little bit in profits, even though I know technically it's still going to go to my TP. It's just really choppy, man. Really choppy. Like this late into a trade, you have to manage your trade now. It starts breaking below 1796.53. I'm going to take more risk off. But as long as we're above this is just a leg down to start pushing up. Literally just a leg down to start pushing up. When you start trading below this, this is your new 15-minute open as well. Look, this is when you form the bottom wick and now it should start pushing all the way up. Like literally all the way up. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to take this partial TP off. But what we're going to do is we're going to put a line just to see where our partial TP was. 1798.63. That's where our partial TP was. So we know where our 1-to-1 is. 63. Okay, that's my partial TP. I'm going to take this off. I'm going to just hold this now. Because if it breaks out of the consolidation, it's going to start pushing all the way up. There we go. This is the leg up now. It's going to start pushing up at this point. This is my partial TP. Okay, that's my partial TP, 1798.63. So this will be my 1%. Yeah, very doable. Very doable. Makes a lot of sense as well. Yeah, this is technically my 1% now. There we go. So yeah, let's see what happens, man. We are just still within this consolidation at the moment, guys. Literally still within the consolidation. Taking some risk off the table now. But it makes sense, honestly. It makes sense. As soon as it started to, you know, go up and come back, I just took some risk off the table. That's the thing. You guys should have been securing profits as well, making it risk-free or taking risk off the table, because it doesn't make sense now to take a 1% loss on this position. Because if it hits my stop loss, look, I'm going to take 0.5% risk, but I'm going to look to chop it down even more. Honestly, we start breaking below this, I'm going to chop it down a bit more. I'm going to just start chopping down the risk. But right now, this is technically just a pullback once again. Unless we start breaking below this area here, 1796.53, we start closing below this. At that point, I'm going to take some more risk off the table now. This is called risk management. Losing less than what you intended to lose, because look at that, it's just being choppy and choppy and choppy and choppy right now. It's formed new highs though, so it's potentially forming that pullback to start forming new highs. Again, I do understand that, but I'd rather just be safe now at this point than sorry. Because right now, if I was to take a 1% risk, a 1% loss on this position, it would just be silly now. Because this was the second time. Look how close it was to my TP. It would just be really silly for me to now take a 1% loss on this position. And so again, I do understand that this is just a pullback. This is just a leg down to make that leg up. Again, it can start to break below this and stop me out. So yeah, always want to prepare for the worst case scenario. That's how you stay profitable. But again, it's not like, you know, I've just made the stop loss tight straight away. I've been in this trade for a long time now, and it's just still consolidating. So for me, it makes sense to make it a little bit smaller now, the position, because right now we're just consolidating now. We're had dentists that will be listening but not in a trade. Thank you, dear. We'll see y'all. All right, take care, case. Take care. See you. But guys, what a slow session, man. What a slow session. I don't think we've had some sort of consolidation like this in a long time, honestly. It's just been clean price action. But again, this is December. It is December. So maybe now in the next 12 minutes, we can see some more momentum kick in. I might execute another position with 0.5% risk, but we got to break out of this consolidation now. And this one I'm holding for like 1% gain as well. So 28 pips, really easy. Honestly, we start breaking out of this consolidation, it's gonna go straight up, and like this is gonna be my 1% gain now. So it's a 0.5% risk position. So I'm gonna aim for the 1 to 2 R2R on this position now. So you guys can see my TP is gonna make me 1%. My stop loss is gonna make me 0.5%. This is all done with risk management basically, because again, this is part of the equation now, the consolidation, and you know what happens, right? You break out for consolidation, you get really explosive move. Another thing is coming up, which is NYSE. So these are all your confluences, and we're just waiting for the confirmations now. Confirmation will be us kind of seeing a massive engulfing candle, then that way this becomes your pullback, as I said, because if we don't break below 1796.53, it's just a pullback. But because of the nature of this month, it's going to really be choppy, really choppy. As you guys can see right now, it's just forming higher highs, higher lows. There is just no sells. It is buys, but it's just really slow. That's all it is. It is a buy position, but you know, longs make sense. No sells right now. No confirmations for sells. It's all just confirmations for buy positions right now. Unless we start breaking below this, it's just buy positions. You're violating all the highs. You're forming high highs, higher lows. It's just a consolidation we need to break out of, which we are struggling to break out of. So this kind of just becomes a range now. So either way, we break to the top side, that's going to be your bias playing out. You break to the downside, you're going to see a nice push at least down to this support area. But I have a lot of confidence in this buy position, in my opinion. It can really easily work out. And I think that's going to be the move today. But again, it's consolidation. Just going to react to consolidation, not going to predict anything. But the way the daily is rejecting from the downside, man, I think we start breaking off this consolidation with NYSE. We're going to see that wick fill on the daily time frame to the top side. But again, we are holding this level now. From here, we can start seeing new lows being formed as well. Let me show you guys once again. The daily candle has literally only pushed about 100 pips altogether. You're literally at the mid-range, you're rejecting from the downside, you're trading above these key zones, you're going to go up, literally going to go up. But you just need some more volatility to kick in. Right now, the markets are just so slow, guys. Really slow markets. But that's December. Now, in something like this, as a trader, all you can do is just, honestly, either stay off the consolidation. But again, we didn't know that it was going to start consolidating, right? Otherwise, I would definitely, look, if I wasn't in a position, I would not execute on anything unless this mess here breaks, unless we break out of this mess here. I would not execute on anything whatsoever. But again, what you can do is, now let's say if you've taken a 1% position, you can look to manage that position within this mess, right? Because you don't want to take a 1% loss now. So that's exactly what I've done. I've managed my position, but let's just see what happens. Let's see if we can break out of this consolidation. Until then, all we can do as traders is just wait for NYSE now. When NYSE kicks in, that's when you're going to see either a push to the top side or the downside. Otherwise, it's just going to go up and down. And it doesn't make sense for us to kind of like look into this, because we're just going to exhaust ourselves as well. So the only confidence that I'm looking for now is, honestly, forget everything here now. I'm going to select everything. I'm going to delete all the lines. At this point, it doesn't make sense to have all of these lines up. Just want to have that major zone that you're waiting to see. You want to see this major zone break. Let's delete all selected. So look at that. This is the low of the consolidation. That's the top side of the consolidation. Either one breaks. That's the confirmation we're looking for now. Until then, this is just mid-range now. Because of the consolidation, nothing is being respected. So I don't even want to look into this. Again, the trade I've taken is a high probability setup. So I know that, obviously the edge is on my side, but again, I can get stopped out. That's part of trading. That's why I've taken some risk off the table because of this messy price action. So now either we're going to start breaking to the top side or the lows. So simple. Whatever happens first will give us that confirmation if gold wants to go up or down. Otherwise, just don't have anything so far. Literally nothing. Look at this bearish candle. Next one pushed all the way back up. This one's coming down, and maybe the next one will go down and potentially break off, or it might just go back up. So when you are in something like this is when, like, you know, your human nature kicks in and you start to, like, you know, overtrade, because you're like, oh my god, I was so close to my TP. But when you have experience in the markets, something like this, you're just looking to take the risk off the table and you're letting the trade play out, because again, the trade that you have taken is a high probability trade, right? But again, you want to see logically what's the best thing to do when you are within this mess. Take some risk off the table, manage your position, and then the rest you let run. As I said, if we did break above this, I would have made this risk free. Again, that's part of my trading plan, right? It needs to break a certain area for me to make a risk free. Otherwise, I'm kind of like taking away from my trade. If that makes sense. I'm not giving it enough room to breathe, especially gold. And my stop loss was only about 14 pips. Again, that's like our average stop loss is at 20 pips. So again, the stop loss was really tight. So I want to give it a little bit more room to breathe. And that's all I've done now. And I've taken some risk off the table as well, which is again part of my trading plan. Now all I can do is just wait, either get stopped out, or, as I said, now all the areas within this range, they don't matter. It's just the top side and the lows of the range. Either we break to the downside or the top side. Otherwise, there's nothing to look at. Literally, just need to wait. Maybe in the next 5 minutes we can start breaking out to the top side, and then, but as soon as we do break out, I'm expecting something really explosive though. That's for sure. Either to the top side or the downside. We just got to break this consolidation now. Then we're going to see a lot of momentum kick into the markets. And I mean, everything's aligning perfectly now as well. So potentially with NYSE, you can expect the range to break pretty much. So we just have to wait for the NYSE now, which is in next 4 minutes. 4 minutes and 20 seconds to be precise now. Until then, guys, we just have to sit on our hands and not do anything. Because again, you don't want to trade this range. You don't want to look at the range and try kind of like, you know, do your analysis within this range, because I don't want to do any sort of like analysis within this range. It's just going to exhaust me, and it's just not worth it. But as soon as we start breaking out of this, then I'm going to start focusing again, because now it makes sense. We've broken out of the consolidation. We've done something now. Do you know what I mean? So far, we're just trading within this range. Simple as that. Hi Daniel, just joined. Did you really buy gold last daily and 4 hour close bearish? Yeah. I bought gold, man. Unfortunately, right now, I think nothing's really happening. But yeah, it made a lot of sense. I really do expect gold to start pushing up. But maybe NYSE might want to push down first, grab some liquidity, maybe even retest the main support area after push up. But yeah, this was a high probability trade. If there was volatility in the markets, this would have been a winning trade as well. But unfortunately, just got stuck within this consolidation. At that point, you just can't do anything as a trader, because look at this. My TP was actually up here just above this red line, and look how close it was. Just literally, I think 3 pips away from my TP, unfortunately. But it's just, we are momentum traders as well. So momentum, if there was momentum in the markets, this would have been a winning trade. So again, it was a high probability trade. Well, again, sometimes market conditions are going to do this, and you have to be prepared for that. You're not always going to get those perfect market conditions. So you can't really trade every single day in the same way, if that makes sense. You always have to kind of like react to the markets as well. So this is just us reacting now. Love your energy, bro. It's all education for us. Thank you. Appreciate that, my bro. Hopefully your session is going good as well. Love the support, my people. I know today's session is a little bit slow and choppy, but again, that's not something I can do anything about. It's not something I can do anything about. But if you are a professional trader, you do understand that this is just part of the game. Especially when you're just trading one pair, you will get those choppy days. So now you just have to wait for the next session, a next volatile session, which will be in the next 2 minutes, and then potentially you can see something, either a break to the downside or the top side. At that point, we can start looking at executing. But other than that, guys, just have to wait, and we just need to have patience now, because again, this is not up to us as traders. This is the markets now. You gotta understand, sometimes it's up to us to control something, but now this is out of our control, so we can't do anything about it other than just waiting. Really, that's just part of the game. So let's see now. Maybe NYSE we can get the explosive push to the top side and they can go straight to the TP. I'll be a happy man, because as I said, this is a high probability setup. It needs to push up, it will go to my TP, but I just need more volatility. Again, I'm not saying I can't get stopped out. I can get stopped out. It might want to break the consolidation, grab liquidity to the downside and then push up, or maybe even retest the lows, or even the sells can play out again. I'm not saying that, you know, it's going to go to my TP 100%. I'm saying there's a 60% chance that it's going to go to my TP now. Even 50, I would say 55% chance now, because this is the mid side of this is the mid range of this consolidation, and we are below this. So when we do get the open, I can get wicked up. But we start trading above the mid range. At that point, I would say 60% chance it's going to break out the consolidation to the top side. Right now, the probability is that it will break to the downside. The probability to the downside is higher than the probability to the top side, because we are consolidating now below the mid range. And yeah, that's why it's, look, you got the top side of the consolidation, the lows of the consolidation, and then you got the mid range. So let's just mark the mid range as well. It's safe to say that this is the mid range, right? So let's just see what happens. Why don't you trade anything other than gold, like US stocks or currency? Guys, I know the ins and outs of gold, and I'm really profitable on gold. I don't need to trade anything else. There we go, there we go. That's the NYSE open now. Let's see if we can start breaking out the consolidation. Look, again, we're back to the top side of that mid-range. So now, again, chance of us breaking to the top side is 60%. Chance of us breaking to the downside is 40% at the moment. So yeah, see, we start breaking to the top side of the consolidation. This becomes a 70% chance that my TP will get hit. Does that make sense, right? And then again, let's see what sort of momentum we get. At that point, it can even be 80%, but right now, 60% chance that my TP will get hit. When we start breaking below this, it's gonna go back to being 50-50. No, never 50-50 actually. It's always higher than 50%. There we go. Top side of the consolidation being approached now. Again, you guys will understand, we break out this consolidation, that's my 1-to-1 being hit. So technically, it will be a winning trade. But as I said, I've taken 0.5% off the table now. So I've just moved my initial TP all the way up. So if my initial TP gets hit, which is at 28 pips, then I'm securing 1% on this, risking 0.5%, securing 1%. So let's see what happens now. This is your NYSE. We have been waiting for this. Right now, we are still above the mid-range of this consolidation. We start breaking above this consolidation. At that point, this is a really, really high probability setup, because as I said, either it's going to break to the top side or the downside. But we are in a buy position, so we want it to, you know, we want this to break to the top side, right? That's what we want to see. Right now, it can technically just be forming the upper wick to start breaking to the downside as well. So anything can happen. But right now, look, again, we're trading above this mid-range, right? We're trading above the mid-range. This is when you have some volatility kicking in. So if we don't break out of this consolidation now, then it's just going to become a bit tricky. So this is when we should start breaking out the consolidation now. Maybe in the next 5 minutes, we're going to start turning, we're going to start seeing a rocket ship of a candle. Let's just see, have to wait. Properties, let's turn this into, what color should we change it to? Let's just change it into, yeah, we'll just keep it red. There we go. Look, we're below the mid-range at this point now, so chance of me getting stopped out goes up once again, and chance of me getting stopped out goes up once again, but technically it's forming the bottom wick right now. So as soon as it starts breaking above its own highs, then most probably we're going to break out the consolidation, because right now this is the first leg back up, this is your pullback to form the next leg back up, right? Yeah, guys, really choppy day today, man. Really choppy day. So as soon as it breaks up to the top side, it's gonna start flying. From there, I'm gonna look to see if I can execute a position on the top side of the consolidation. Maybe look to add some risk back, but until then, there is nothing. Might look to execute another position if we break out of the consolidation. I want to see how it reacts as well. Until then, it's just This is it. That's the leg up now. We need to start breaking above this leg up and start breaking out the consolidation. And as soon as we break out the consolidation, as I said, the probability was to the top side, right? Until then, you're just in a consolidation. It's 50-50 right now. So if it breaks to the top side, that means we were right. If it breaks to the downside, it means we were wrong. I mean, it doesn't mean we were wrong. It just means that now it wants to grab liquidity, wants to push down, and maybe push back up later. That's all it is. But again, if it breaks to the top side, that's happy days for us, right? Happy days. Can you suggest something similar to Magic Keys, which is available for free, at least having 60% of the MK features? To be honest, I don't know. I use Magic Keys. Maybe there are some sort of devices out there that you can use for free. Some sort of software. I think Magic Keys does have a software as well, but I don't know if it's free, to be honest. You'll have to see, guys. You'll have to see. Not too sure. Just look up on YouTube or look up on Google, but I'm not too sure. I'm really not too sure, guys. But I mean, this is if you are a trader, you do this, like, you actually make a living out of this. Like, this is an investment, guys. It's only about what, $150, $160. It's a really good investment, honestly. If you are obviously at that level where you are trading big capital, I would say definitely invest into this. But obviously, if you're not at that level just yet, then maybe there are other things you can look into. Just look up, just give it a search, man. You'll find out. But I'm not too sure, sorry. But yeah, guys, we still haven't broken off the consolidation. Unfortunately, still just very choppy. It's forming the bottom wick now. We shouldn't break below the 30-minute lows. Otherwise, again, this is just December. Previous week was really volatile. Why was it volatile? Because of the news events. We had a lot of news events this week. It's just, simple price action. Maybe tomorrow we can see something. Nothing for USD though. Nothing for USD, but I know we have Wednesday, we do have news. So there we go. We have news on Wednesday. Thursday we have news as well. So yeah, we're going to see some volatility, but now look, again, it's just pushing down to the lows of the consolidation. Most probably just going to stop me out. And honestly, guys, at this point, if I get stopped out, it's just becoming a bit tricky to trade this unless I start seeing a lot of momentum kick in. Just going to call it a day. So let's just see what happens now. This is forming that bottom wick now. Most probably going to stop me out. Going to take 0.5% risk loss on this trade if I do get stopped out. Because as I said, either it's going to break to the top side of the consolidation or the lows. There we go. It's going to stop me out at this point. Either that or this bullish candle is going to start turning into a fake out candle once again. And let's see what happens. Got a nice close below the structure lows. This candle needs to start flipping now. And then you're going to see a nice sell setup playing out. At least down to the next support area. And I'm about to get stopped out over here. And I've been stopped out. So let's just see what happens now. Again, I'm not jumping into anything. I've only lost about 0.5%. If I show you guys, look at that, 0.5% down on this trade. Initially, I was risking about 1%. So yeah, I do still have a lot of risk left on the table, but again, we haven't broken out of the consolidation, guys. It's just literally wicked me out. That's all it is. But again, I made this tight for a reason as well. The stop loss. I don't want to participate this mess now. Still have till 3 o'clock before our session ends. So let's just see how it starts to play out now. Because right now, again, this is becoming your pullback candle now. You start breaking below this. At that point, yeah, can see some momentum kick in. At least down to this support area. Can see those sales playing out as well. Let's just see what happens. I'm gonna open Kel. Can we potentially see sales playing out? Now? Might look to execute on a sell position. We start breaking below this and just make it risk-free as soon as the 1-to-1 gets hit. I want to see momentum kick into the downside now. Got 3 minutes left as well. Starting to look good now. Starting to trade below this level as well. Looking really good. It needs to hold below this level, guys. Because broken out of the consolidation, technically grabbing liquidity now. So let's just see what happens now. Either you're going to see momentum to the downside or it's going to start pushing back up again. But you're breaking out of the consolidation now. You're going to see a nice engulfing bearish close below this. Retest and then break. Then you can safely say, okay, we're going to push down now. Otherwise, this is literally me just getting wicked out and we're going to start pushing all the way back up. Right now, buys can play out. Let me tell you, buys can play out right now. I just got wicked out. Buys can really easily play out right now. It's just really slow, guys. Really slow, man. Yeah, still really choppy price action. And okay, this is starting to push down once again. But as I said, I want to see a massive candle. Don't want to see these tiny candles now. Look at your daily time frame. Again, if we hold this level as a resistance level, then at that point we can see sales playing as well. Otherwise, it's just a liquidity grab to start pushing up. Just struggling to break down right now. It can literally just come down to the support area from this, start to push all the way back up. I would say the safest thing is to wait for the support area to break. Another 2 minutes left as well for the new 5 minutes to open. Right now, I would say it's more safe to take a buy position than a sell position, to be honest. Sell position is really risky right now. Unless you start to actually flip now and start violating the lows. At that point, yes, sales can play out, at least down to that support area that we do have. Let's see, man. Again, attempting to form new lows now. The top side of the we are holding the lows of the consolidation as a resistance level, so that's great. But right now, still have to figure out, is this a liquidity grab to start pushing up? Technically a pullback because you are still quite bullish, or you actually want to start breaking down. Right now, again, guys, for our session, we've done nothing whatsoever. This is when the session opened, and right now, again, there has just been nothing so far. No sells, no buys, nothing. Because if it wanted to drop, it would just start dumping right now, and like a lot of momentum to the downside as well. You'll see. Right now, you're just not seeing it. Still just choppy. Again, look at the momentum to the top side just kicking in. It's gonna take this out. Yeah, look at this, just grabbing liquidity now, reacting to this liquidity zone, starting to chill back above this. We start breaking above this, I'm gonna look to take a buy position here. We start breaking above this area now, I'm in this buy position. I'm gonna give it a second go, and I'm gonna look to take it back up. It needs to start breaking above this with a lot of momentum now. Otherwise, it's just forming the upper wick to start pushing down now. So yeah, it's gonna form the upper wick. It's gonna start breaking below this. You're gonna see sales playing out. But you start trading above this level, start breaking above this. I'm expecting this to go all the way to the top side of the consolidation. I'm gonna have a tiny stop loss, aim for that 1-to-1 and call it a day. Just need that loss before push to the top side as well. Because right now the candle is just not stable. But I wanted to start trading above this. Next one opens. It needs to first form the bottom wick as well. And then after that, if we can see it starting to trade back above, we'll come into the top side of the consolidation. It's so simple. Either that or I'm not gonna take a sell position here though, unless we start breaking below this and start turning this into resistance. It's just a buy position for me. I just got wicked out, that's all it is. Okay, this is the second attempt now. Come on, Goldie. Let's turn this on. Okay, now if I see a rejection and flip, I'm in this to the top side. Otherwise, I'm willing to miss out on this. If I see a rejection now and this starts to flip and starts forming new highs, I'm in this buy position. It needs to respect the lows, needs to start flipping, and I'm aiming for that 1-to-1. I swear, to the top side of the consolidation, I'm in this. Needs to start breaking above this, I'm in this position, aiming for that 1-to-1. Otherwise, you're going to see sales playing out, and I don't want to be part of any sell position just yet, because it can really easily flip from down here as well. But if it starts to flip now, then it's just reacting to this liquidity zone to start pushing up. So I want to see this flip now. Otherwise, I'm going to call it a day, guys. Yeah, come on. Yeah, it's just breaking below these lows now. Needs to start pushing up. There we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. If not, guys, it's just choppy, man. I don't want to take any more positions. Maybe the next 3 minutes you can see something, but right now there is just nothing, guys, in the markets. Nothing whatsoever. You don't want to take a trade within this consolidation. Right now, if we break out for consolidation, then yeah, it makes sense. Have the bottom wick now. Starts pushing up. You're going to see the bias playing out, but it's nothing otherwise. Nothing whatsoever. Yeah, it's just ranging. It's just ranging. There we go. Starting to push down once again. Maybe down to this support area. This trade just becomes invalid now as well. I'm not even looking to take that anymore, to be honest. I still believe that it's going to push up from here. and this is just the liquidity zone it's reacting to. Either that or we're going to hold this level and start pushing down now. But the way it's just pushing down as well, it's just there is just no momentum in the markets. I would not want to take a sell position just yet though. I would want to see a lot of volatility kick into the downside for me to actually execute on a sell position, because my bias is bullish. So again, as I said, I would not like to take a sell position here. I don't know, guys. I'd rather just not trade this sort of day anymore. Just happy with my 0.5% risk loss. Because again, my session ends in another like 15 minutes as well. It's just really choppy. We've done nothing throughout the whole session. Look, this is when our session opened. Literally at 1:30. This is literally when our session opened. That's all we've done within our session. Consolidate. Nothing else now. If it taps into the support area and starts pushing back up, just consolidating. These are really, really tiny candles. Yeah, it's coming to the lows of this range once again. From here, you might just start to bounce up again. Again, look at that coming to the lows right now. It's just nothing, guys. There's just nothing in the markets. You know, these days, really just got to be so disciplined and, you know, just got to tell yourself, look, there's nothing in the markets. There's just no opportunity in the market. Yeah, one opportunity we did execute on, again, just consolidated, took us out. Now it's coming to the lows. Let's see how it reacts around this level. As I said, I was not looking to take any sort of sell positions here. So look at this now. It would have been straight back up now if it took a sell position down here. You don't have any momentum to the downside right now. None whatsoever, guys. Yeah, there is a on-screen version of Magic Keys. Maybe you can look into it. There we go. Look at this momentum starting to kick in now. Again, told you guys, it's going to come down. It's going to start pushing back up. Just not trying to do anything. Look at this candle just starting to push all the way back up now. Just done a retest, double bottom. This becomes your liquidity. It's just insane. It's just reacting to this consolidation. That's why I did not take any sell position over here. This is also your new 15 minutes candle as well. It's potentially forming the upper wick retest to start pushing down. But this is a day, guys, when you can again see these things, right? Like on a normal day, yeah, something like this we would usually execute on, but today's not a normal day, it's just ranging. So something like this, unless we break out of the range, this becomes a no trade range now. You need to have that much discipline to understand that you don't want to trade this now. Unless we break out of this, we are just within a consolidation. This is a no trade range for us, guys. Yeah, it's coming to the lows. It can potentially push all the way back up to the highs, or it might just not push up to the highs. At this point, it just becomes very, very hard to trade this range. Yeah, I mean, I do understand that, you know, simple way of trading a consolidation, wait for it to go to the lows, buy it, wait for it to go to the highs, sell it. But that's not how we trade. That's not how you trade. That's not how you're meant to trade. If that's your strategy and it's profitable, then yeah, sure, go for it. If you just wait for those days when price is consolidating and you buy the lows and you sell the highs, more than welcome to do that. But we actually wait for the actual moves and then we execute on the actual moves. But again, look at this now, potentially just reacting to this liquidity zone, forming a double bottom here. As I said, I would not be looking for sells below this area. Honestly, can't do anything at this point. We'll have to wait till tomorrow now. My session ends in the next 12 minutes as well. Let's see if we can start breaking out the consolidation potentially. Otherwise, guys, we're just gonna call it a day here. We'll give it another 12 minutes to see potentially a breakout. Otherwise, yeah, got to call it a day. Got to be disciplined enough to say that today the market condition is just not in my favor, and I'm like, so I have so much self-control that, you know, obviously I do understand that every day I don't have to trade. Sure, every day there will be an opportunity, but some days there will be no opportunities, and on those days I just have to stay out of it. I have to accept a loss. Usually, as I said, like, this will probably be, you know, end of the winning streak as well. But again, is it because of us as traders we're losing? No, it's the market conditions. If the market conditions were normal, again, today would have been a winning day. It was literally like 2-3 pips away from my TP. Now, if there was a lot of volatility, this would have went straight to my TP, and then from there potentially start to reject. By then, again, it would have been a winning day, right? But due to the market conditions, we've taken a really tiny loss, not 1%, intended to lose 1%. We lost 0.5%. That's risk management. But now, do I want to make that loss back? No. Why would I want to make that loss back during these market conditions? That's going to cause the loss to be bigger at the end of the day. Because again, right now, the edge is not on our side. This is the sort of market conditions you don't want to trade. And yeah, if this if you've been on a winning streak, right? You've been on this high. You've just every single day, you've come here, you've won. You might have this crazy ego right now. You go put your ego to the side and accept a loss today, guys. This is healthy for us. Look at me, I'm just so calm. I know potentially from here, what he's doing is he's gonna push up, but as I said, unless we break out this consolidation, it's just a no trade range in my opinion. No trade range. No trades should be taken within this range. Unless you break out of the consolidation, zero trades should be taken. You got clean moves above, you got clean moves below this. And again, you want to wait for price to come to you. You don't want to chase the price. Right now, taking a position, you're chasing the price. Wait for the price to come to you. Again, as I said, not interested in sell positions at this level. Is going to go down to the support area, from there bounce back up. It's done the exact same thing now, and it's forming this double bottom down here. So again, if it was normal price action, I would have potentially taken a trade over here to the top side, not to the downside either. But right now you are stuck within this consolidation. Again, you want to see a break of the consolidation. Look at this. Where did the consolidation actually start from? It started from all the way down here, and then from here the top side of the consolidation is here. This is basically the top side, this is the mid-range of the consolidation, and these are the lows of the consolidation. So on the bigger picture, this whole range is still the consolidation, even though it seems like, you know, we broke to the lows of the consolidation, broke to the downside. Again, look at where the consolidation started from. It started from all the way down there. So unless we start violating these lows, you are technically still within the consolidation. But yeah, we'll give it another 9 minutes, guys. If we see like an explosive break, potentially we do understand that, yeah, at that point opportunities are there. Yeah, we can see sales playing out. Other than that, there's just no point on you don't want to execute on anything. There's literally no point whatsoever. Just want to sit on your hands. If you've taken a loss, accept a loss. If you've taken a win, most probably you guys have taken a win anyway, because I know you guys start to secure everything at 10 pips, and we did kind of see more than 10 pips today. So it most probably was a winning day for most of you guys. But for me, due to the way I trade, it was actually a losing day. But again, I lost less than what I intended to lose, if that makes sense. So again, I accept that. I know it's part of the game. I'm sticking to my trading plan. My trading plan says when you are in these sort of market conditions, stay out of them. You want to trade and you want to take trades when the market conditions are in your favor. Right now, again, it's just not in my favor. I know every trade that I'm to take is not going to give me that high probability. It's a game of probability. You're looking for the edge in the markets. Consolidation can take the edge away from your strategy. I don't think any strategy works within a consolidation unless your strategy is based upon consolidation. You're buying the lows of the consolidation, selling the highs of the consolidation. Again, if you break out of the consolidation, that's gonna, you know, cause a loss as well. So safest thing to do, in my opinion, is just don't trade the consolidation. Unless, like, let's say now maybe in the next, you know, 5-10 minutes you get like a really high volatile news event, then you can kind of like you know, anticipate price to break out. But right now, look at the day. It's clean price action. There is nothing. It's just clean price action. So there is literally nothing. Yet NY open, yet NYSE, nothing broke out of this consolidation. Literally nothing now. And after this, our session is done in the next 7 minutes. So I'm gonna just accept that loss, accept a losing day, and call it a day. Be back tomorrow. Again, tomorrow I'm gonna be extra careful. First, I'm gonna see how price is. Tomorrow's gonna be a little bit better though, that's for sure. Yeah, see, a little bit better. I'm gonna see how price action is. If it's rangy, gonna stay out of it. I'm gonna wait for it to give us those momentum candles, then potentially execute. But if we start to range like this tomorrow as well, and I start to take a trade, I'll just take another loss. So again, you want to prevent those losses. You can really easily prevent those losses by just staying out of markets. See, like, I'm still so profitable, like way above the target. So honestly, there is no need for me to kind of like, jump into something like this when it's just not in my favor. So simple. Where will you share Telegram link? On my Insta, guys. Make sure you guys do follow me on my Insta. I think you are tired, brother. Yeah, I mean, I am tired, but again, I'm just chilling, guys. Because right now I'm just not focused on this, because for me to kind of like focus in this consolidation, I'm just gonna get myself exhausted. Do you know what I mean? You don't want to get yourself exhausted right now, because it's just so simple. Like, keep it very simple, guys. Like, take this from me, right? You don't want to analyze the consolidation. You actually don't want to analyze this. You don't want to see what's happening. You don't want to look at the structure. You don't want to look at anything. Two things you should look at: just the top side of the consolidation and the lows of the consolidation. Just wait for a breakout. After that, you can start to analyze. You're like, okay, now you are breaking out the consolidation. Let's see how is it reacting after the breakout. Are we grabbing liquidity, or are we gonna actually have a break of structure? It's so simple. I think it will broke the last support and go down. Yeah, potentially it could do that. It can break this support and start going down. But again, it's not about what I think will happen. It's not about what you think will happen. Because I think it can still go up. I think it can still come down. It's all about what will happen, right? We just have to wait and kind of just react to the markets. We can't trade in a way of, we can't think, if that makes sense, right? It's all about probability. Right now, there is just no probability to the top side or to the downside. It's just that either we're going to push up or we're going to push down. Right now, look, we are starting to form lower lows, low highs, starting to trade within the lows of the consolidation. That's great. We're starting to see this momentum candle at this point as well. And potentially you're going to see the new hourly open. And if we start breaking below this, then yeah, you're going to see a nice break to the downside. Otherwise, as I said, you don't want to analyze this consolidation, because it's just going to get you exhausted. Look at this. Imagine you're starting to analyze from up here. You're like, okay, it's forming lower lows. Oh, look, it's starting to break the lows. It's starting to break the highs now. So is it going to go up? And it comes down. It goes back up. It comes down. And then it does nothing. And now it's coming down. It might just go down and go all the way back up. You're just going to lose a lot of energy, kind of like analyzing the range, the consolidation. But once it breaks, once you see a breakout, then you're gonna start to be laser focused once again, because now you know that potentially you can see that move playing out. And right now, gold has literally done nothing for our session. This is when our session opened. It pushed up, down, pushed up, down, pushed up, down. And so look what we've done. We took a trade, because when we took a trade, we were not in a consolidation, right? So we expected it to be clean. Price action. There we go. Starting to break out now, guys. There we go. Let's just see. This is it. This is the move coming now. Look at this. Broken out of the consolidation. Now you're gonna start to see gold drop. This is the actual move you have been waiting for, right? There we go. Now you can start to analyze once again, because you've broken out of the consolidation at this point now. Be extra bit careful though. The new hourly is coming up in the next 3 minutes, because again, this can literally just be that liquidity grab to start pushing up. So just wait for the next hourly to open and then see how it reacts. That's what I would say you guys should do. That's my advice, to be honest. It's not really advice, again, no financial advice. That's what I would do. If I want to advise myself, that's what I would do for sure. I'm gonna lower down my risk to like 0.5% on this trade. If I do see an opportunity, I'll execute with the next hourly potentially. And kind of just like hold this for a little bit. So let's say if I was to lose this, I'll take a loss of 1% altogether for the day. Okay, another 2 minutes left now. You're starting to hold this resistance area as lows of the consolidation is being held as a resistance area now. Potentially can start pushing down. We do understand that we were waiting for Xauusd to start playing out below this area. So now let's just see how price reacts, how it holds. Again, next area is this area here. This can be turned into some sort of resistance now. So let's just see how the next hourly starts to play out, guys. Just have to wait for the next hourly to start playing out. Can very easily start pushing up from here as well. Keep that in your mind. This can just be for liquidity. Can just be for liquidity because again, massive consolidation, lows, liquidity, highs, liquidity. So another minute left as well, guys. One more minute left. One more minute left now. Another minute left. Let's see what happens. Because the second last support has become a kind of resistance because it is struggling to go up. It's not about support and resistance like that, guys. It's about price action as a whole. You need to understand every single thing. Look at the bigger picture. It's not just about zone to zone. Zone to zone is really basic level of trading, right? You need to understand the bigger picture. Again, we did understand the bigger picture, but market conditions, unfortunately, were just not in our favor. Again, we could not have predicted something like this, right? If I knew it was going to consolidate, I would have just stayed out of here. Another minute left for the new hourly to open. Okay, this is the new hourly now. This is the new hourly now, guys. Let's just see how it plays out. Look, either you want to see this area here being retested, turn it into some sort of resistance and start pushing down. Otherwise, this whole move to the downside is your liquidity move and you're going to start coming all the way up and start forming higher highs and higher lows. This is when, again, look at the momentum you're starting to see. This area, you're going to start pushing all the way up at this point, guys. All the way up. We hold this area as a, oh, look at this liquidity move. Look at this liquidity move to the top side, man. Look at this beast of a move to the top side. Wow. Wow, look at this liquidity move, guys. We're going to start exploding to the top side now. This is what the hourly has done. Honestly, I'm looking to take this buy position here now. I'll be completely honest. Just let this bad boy play all the way to the top side. Just wow. Wow, see the liquidity move? I told you guys, again, just wait. It's not as simple as just selling. This can start pushing all the way back up. In order for you to break out of consolidation, you need liquidity. That's your liquidity now. And with the hourly, you have more momentum. I think now we can start pushing all the way to the top side, guys. We can start forming those higher highs and higher lows. We start clearing this area as well now. Start trading above this area. Oh boy, we're about to push all the way back up. Either we're going to see a rejection from here or we're going to start pushing up now and the daily highs are coming up. This is kind of like catching gold from the bottom as well. See, told you, just wait, just wait. It's not as simple as just like literally selling. You have to wait. Literally have to wait now. And now look at the momentum you're starting to see as well to the top side. It's insane. Boy, what a liquidity move that was. Wow. Wow, amazing, beautiful. Now look, you're starting to look at a 30-minute candle at this point as well. It does not have a bottom wick whatsoever. So two things can be happening now. Either we're going to start breaking above this and this is going to become that fake out candle, starting to fake everything out, or you're going to see these lows over here being broken. It's just so simple, so simple. We start trading above this, then this technically will become that fake out candle. As I said, like sales, you want to wait. Otherwise, this is just that liquidity move, classic fake out, waiting for some volatility. If there is not enough volatility, if it's a normal day, it's going to wait for those liquidity grabs. And then after that, start pushing up or down, basically. But yeah, I think gold is gonna start exploding all the way to the top side now. We start breaking above this again, otherwise it becomes a retest. But wow, what amazing move to the top side, man. Amazing move to the top side. Hopefully nobody was in the sells. Was anyone in a sell position here? Let us know, the YouTube live chat. Hopefully nobody was in a sell position here, because gold is gonna push up now. Oof, this is the volatility I was waiting for, man. It's gonna start exploding all the way to the top side now, guys. Oof. Wow, what a beast gold is, guys. What a beast. Oh man, I really want to take a position here. I can't lie to you, to the top side, because we're going to break out of this consolidation to the top side now. This was your liquidity grab to start pushing all the way to the top side. Wow, look at this 30-minute candle. It's going to turn into that classic fake out candle. Unfortunately, it's too late into my session now. I'm not going to take any trades, but wow. Now we're coming all the way up to the daily highs. Just wow, look at this 30-minute candle. It's going to start engulfing everything to the left now at this point as well. Wow. Look at this beauty, man. See, told you. No sells. Wait to see our price reacts. Wait for the new hourly to open. The new hourly opened, and this was the actual move to the top side. Here. This was your actual move. This is going to start pushing all the way to the consolidation now. Wow. What a beauty, man. Look at the daily just rejecting as well. See, again, our analysis were on point. Was in sell from 17.94 earlier, low. Was waiting for the next drop, took profits. Amazing. Hopefully nobody was in sell positions from here though. As I said, just wait to see how it reacts around this level. As I said, it's all about waiting to see those reactions. This was a major rejection, and put two and two together, this was your liquidity grab to potentially now is going to go up to the daily highs now. So from down here, if you caught a buy position and it starts clearing the top side, it's coming up to the daily highs now. Wow, amazing, beautiful. This is your new 5-minute open now as well. That's going to have that wick fill on the 4-hour. I expect it to be a rocket ship of a candle as well. Look, we cleared the no trade range, got the liquidity, done a deeper retest, and this is the actual move now. Again, as I said, it wasn't sells, it was buys, but unfortunately during our session it was just a lot of consolidation. And yeah, it is what it is, guys. Part of the game. We'll be back tomorrow now, guys. Thank you guys for tuning in once again. Such a slow session, can't do anything about it, guys. It's just part of the game, right? These days we just kind of have to sit on our hands and let price do its thing. But again, you can see is the whole move kind of was buys, right? This was the actual move, because if you actually look at this, right, this was just the consolidation. And the actual move actually started from down here now. And this is going to start exploding all the way to the top side. Potentially can see 100 pips to the top side now, guys. But yeah, thank you guys for tuning in once again. We'll be back tomorrow. Make sure you guys do have the notifications turned on. And yeah, we'll catch up with you guys tomorrow. Peace. Thank you guys. Take care. Bye-bye.